Hello and welcome. My name is Helmut Whitaker. I'm here with my wife, Kay. Hello, Kay.
Hello.
And we are planning to do another series of bone throws, this time about 2012. And before we start the series, we wanted to chat a little bit about Kay, an introduction about Kay, and the throwing of the bones. And my first question to you, Kay, is tell us a little bit about yourself, your work, your teachings. Brief.
Brief is difficult. It's a long, long story, very complex. But it started way back in the 70s, when I met an elderly couple, Damano and Chia Hedeka from Peru. They were shamans, and they took me on as their apprentice. And so I studied with them for quite a number of years, more than 13 years, and earned the title of Kalakanase. That means teller of medicine stories. And I also studied with the carrier of the ancient Egyptian traditions from the Berber tribe. And these are the traditions that come out of the ancient temples of Isis and Osiris. I learned their healing, their medicines, some ceremonies, and through the years have worked with both and taught mostly the Peruvian tradition, little bits of the Egyptian here and there. And what we're going to do with a bone throw, in case that sounds rather strange to folks listening out there, a bone throw is exactly what it sounds like. It's a throwing of a big handful of bones. And this is the Peruvian divination system. My teacher, Chia Hedeka, is the main conveyor of this particular art. And she said that this was the oldest in the world, the oldest tradition for divination in the world, and all other systems derived from this. So the person learning, the apprentice, collects bones, does many, many studies with different spirits and spirit nations. By spirit nation, I mean like trees. Trees are a nation. The deer are a nation. Water is a nation. So we study with many, many, many different nations and become very good friends and allies. And they teach us a tremendous amount of information about the world, about ourselves, about their medicines, and what they want to do in being part of a bone throwing bundle, how they want their piece represented and used. So after a lot of years of studying and slowly growing the bone bundle, I've been able to do bone throws. And we're going to be doing a bone throw on the questions of 2012.
Teachings are called katase. What does that mean?
Katase. That means balance. Literally balancing of anything and everything in yourself, in your life, in the world, balancing of energies. It's references that we work together. All humans on the planet are working together to bring the world back into balance. There's a longer phrase, Whanoa Katasi, which literally translates out to working together to bring the world back into balance. And that's the name of the tradition. That's what we do.
And your bone bundle consists of 60 plus bone pieces?
Yes.
And the bone throw is a council with those bone spirits that are represented.
Well said. It is a council. Yeah.
So they literally all come, or most of them, usually for each ceremony, and bring their perspective, their wisdom, and share it.
Exactly. And they do. They all come, and that's their agreement. As the apprentice builds their own bundle and makes the agreements with the spirits agree to come every single time the bone bundle is opened. And they make sure that everything falls in the right place so that it is talking and showing a story and lines of energy and movement and a sequence of things, can refer to things from the past and the present, the future, the causes of what you're asking about. If you don't change your action, exactly where you're headed. The spirits talk about the future as being fluid. It's not set. And we're constantly changing our future. So that as we ask a question about something in our lives or the world, and we throw the bones, and the story's written out there in the bones answering that question, that answer is according to the moment that you asked it. That's what things look like. That's how they got the way they are. And this is where they're going to go if you don't do something different. So if you like that outcome, of course, you carefully just stay on track. If you don't like what that looks like, then they give recommendations, usually, of what you can do to change that, how you can make things different choices in your life and the world around you, so that you can change things in a way that suits you better. The spirits always talk about how we have choice.
And they also bring the healing gifts to the throw, to the issue, offering them to the people that are watching, listening, even months, years after this has happened.
It's true.
The recording has been made. Do you want to share a little more about that?
That's part of what the spirits are, and it's part of their nature. They can't help it, really. As they interact with humans, they bring their healing quality with them, and if they focus it, then they can do quite a number of really amazing things in terms of healings. So, especially for 4 days after, during the throw, and all the way up to 4 days after, the spirits are with the person that was asking the question, or people, group, and as they would say, doctoring. They're using their medicines, their doctoring and their healing on those people, and making changes in their energy fields, in their physical bodies, in their perspective, their consciousness. Depends on what's needed for that particular individual. Each one's going to be a little bit different, but the healings can go on. They can, especially as people go back and they look at their notes from the bone throw, or a video, or an audio from the bone throw. The spirits are engaged again, and more healing can come about. So it could go on for years.
So we're planning to start out with 2012, as I mentioned, but we also are planning to continue into different areas. Questions about healing. And
for the public interest questions.
Short public bone throws that will be posted, videos on YouTube, video and possibly audio on our own website, and more information about everything, K, the work, and the bone throws can be found on katasee.com. That's KATASEE.com. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's get throwing.
Let's throw.